I'm going to go ahead and dive in. I want to make sure we get it all in there in some time for Q&A at the end. Because I think there's a lot of power in some Q&A, and even if it doesn't have to pertain to Google business profiles, just marketing and branding or whatever in general, I'm happy to answer those questions. Before we dive in, maybe you're new here and you haven't been on one of these trainings, but my name is Justin Taylor. I'm the business development training executive with ROC Title, covering both Arizona and Nevada. We have a sister company in SoCal as well that I do trainings for. And if you haven't heard of ROC University, we do trainings like this every single week. Now, we are going to be approaching the holidays, if we can even believe that. So it gets tougher and tougher for everyone to join because we get super busy. But I do have September's training schedule up. So again, if you go to rocuniversity.com, click training schedule, it's going to go down and show you what we've got going on in September. So next week, there will not be a training because I'm on vacation. Okay, so we're going to skip next week, but I promise it'll be worth the rest of the month. So on the 14th, we've got how to engineer the perfect ChatGPT prompts for real estate. We've talked about ChatGPT before. Maybe you love it, maybe you don't. It's an enormous time saver, but we're actually going to dive deeper into that one on what's a prompt, right? What should I tell ChatGPT to get the perfect response back? So we're going to dive deeper into that. And then we have Debbie DeGroat towards the end of the month on the 21st. She is back with Discover 5 Lead Gen Levers to Grow Your Business. I thought that one was important because we're approaching, Q4, the end of the year, and just prepping for 2024, right? So I thought that would be a great one there. And then we actually have one pending for the end of the month. I believe it's the 28th. I just haven't posted it yet, but I want to at least get something up so you guys can go ahead and register for those there. So please, please, please go register for those, rocuniversity.com. You're just going to click register now. It's going to take you to Zoom. You're going to register, and then you are good to go. The other thing, if you don't know already, September assets are already loaded into VIP All Access. If you are new today, or you don't remember, VIP All Access is your free login or membership that you can get monthly social media posts, newsletters, tons of Canva assets, all that good stuff. So you click on VIP All Access, it's going to ask you to create a login. It is free. You get instant access now. There's no waiting period. So you just go and log in. And once you get logged in, you're going to see something like this. You're going to scroll down. September Learning Assets. This is the monthly assets that I upload every single month for you guys. So if you go to social media posts and I click social post for September, it's going to load it into your free Canva account. You do not have to have the pro version of Canva to take advantage of these. Okay, so you're just going to click use template. It's going to push it into your Canva account. You can make all the changes you want to it now, all that good stuff. And a trick real quick is if you do Control F on a PC and you type in agent name, exactly how it's typed, you see how it's highlighting that, and then I go in and type in my name. And I'm going to say replace all. It now replaced that on every single one of these. There's usually 30 to 40 per month. Okay, there's holidays in here. There's local things. There's anything you can think of is part of this in there. Okay, so again, if you want to do email, I just do email at roctitle.com, and then you just go in and type in the email that you want to display. Boom, switched on all of them. Okay, so you can do that for the email, phone number, website, all that good stuff. Huge time saver, Carrie. Exactly. I agree. So there's social media posts. The one just below that is for stories. They're sized differently, right? More of that vertical for your stories. You can take advantage of those. And then every month I upload a newsletter for you guys as well. There's one for each state because each state has a slight different requirement. So you just come in here and edit this. I include Altos. You just swap out your information down here at the bottom, change anything you want. They're fully customizable, guys. So you can go in and change anything you want in these, save it as a PDF, go print it, save it as a JPEG or PNG, and reprint it. Janie asks, can you repeat the shortcut for it? So it's Control F. Yes, Control F, and that will pop up. Control F. Now on a Mac, if you're on a Mac, it's going to be Command F. Command F. For all my Mac users out there, trust me, I miss mine. Okay, so Control F, PC, Command F if you're on a Mac, and then you can get it on there. They are a huge time saver. Okay. In addition to that, of course, if you scroll down, tons of Canva learning assets. I've got postcard templates, seller templates, listing presentations in here that are heavy on talking about data. Why is data important? This is why I invest in the marketing that I invest in, because this is how buyers are finding homes. This is all how consumers are focused on buying a home. All that kind of stuff talks a lot about that. Prospecting templates, anything you can think of, they're in here. We're constantly adding a lot more stuff. So if you haven't signed up for VIP All Access, join the couple thousand of agents that have already taken advantage of that, and go in, sign up for that. And one last thing, video library. Don't forget, all these trainings are recorded, and by the next morning, they are posted on our YouTube channel here. So you can come in here, subscribe. We're at 516 now. So anyone on the call, if you could be so kind, just be so kind, please, and go and subscribe to this channel if you'd like, and that way you don't miss any of our content there. All right, I think that's enough plugging. Let's jump over here. Today we're talking about Google Business Profiles. So we've talked about these before. We've gone through and how to set them up, all that good stuff. But today I want to focus on 7 ways or 7 essentials within your Google Business Profile that you can take advantage of. Why is a Google Business Profile important? Well, one, it is another store or location that you can be searched or discoverable on the internet. I always talk about how the internet is our store, right? That is our business. We don't necessarily have a physical location. Yes, you have a license with a brokerage who has an office, correct. However, we don't have a physical location like a restaurant or retail store or boutique, whatever it may be. So you want to make sure that you take advantage of these free locations. Facebook, that's a location. Instagram, that's a location. Your website, that's a location, right? All these different profiles that we get exhausted over, because it's like, how many do we really need, right? Unfortunately, a lot of them. But we want to take advantage of that, right? They're free platforms for us to be able to showcase our business. And we know that Google is the #1 site in the world. YouTube's #2. Both are owned by Google, but #1 site in the world. So we want to take advantage of that algorithm. We want to take advantage of them putting us in front of more potential prospects. And just so you know, Google Business Profiles are still the #1 organic way to generate seller leads. Organic. I'm not talking about paid advertising. I'm talking about organic ways. I think it was Janie. Someone said on just in the chat box, I have to go back and look, that they just went under contract with a client last week that found them on Google. Not surprising. It's happening more and more. Think about it. You go to Google to find services, restaurants, anything, right? We just, what do we say? Just Google it. Or we go to Google Maps, right? So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of this profile. I would almost tell you that your focus on keeping this active and up to date is more important than your social media. Okay. That is a bold statement, but that is what I would say. That's how important this is. Real quickly in the chat box, who has gone through and done an online presence audit, or I'll make it easier for you, who has gone in and optimized or audited their Google Business Profile this quarter? I'll say this quarter. I'd say this month, but I always get no responses. This quarter. Christina has, awesome. And Sandy posts a lot. Good, Maria, awesome. So hopefully today there are a couple things that you guys can take away to maybe give you inspiration or certain ideas to really optimize this. Yes, and they suspended us. Georgia, you are not alone. So Google has been very difficult in the last 12 to 24 months in terms of, marking stuff as spam or, blocking your, I will tell you, so the Google Business Profile that I'm using today as an example, I stopped using for my real estate business because I got banned because they thought all the changes I kept making during trainings was spam. And it took me 8 months of constant communication. And when I say constant communication, there's no one that answers the phone at Google. Okay, so you're sending emails and all that stuff. So it took 8 months to get it back. So of course we want to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. All right, This one seems obvious. You would think, but the amount of times that I do an audit on somebody's Google business profile and stuff is not updated or it's incorrect or links have expired or whatever it may be, but you want to make sure that you have complete and accurate information. And this isn't just for Google, right? This is across the web. This is why online presence audits are so important. I would encourage you to do one at least once a quarter. Once a quarter. I mean, there's always trainings where I'm like, who has done one this year? And crickets. But you want to make sure that you have complete and accurate information. Why is this important? This is important because there's something called NAP, NAP, name, address, and phone. Okay, 3 critical pieces. Of course, you don't have to have an address in your Google business profile. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But you want to take the time to complete all the information prompted to when you first signing up and or when you audit your profile. Make sure everything is updated and accurate. Go to your profile. Does the link work? Is that the correct website link? Are you trying to use a Linktree link in your Google business profile? Do not do that, okay? I love Linktree, but do not do that for your Google business profile. And the reason being is because when somebody does a search, and the way the algorithm works is Google is going to determine based on several different factors. Well, one of the big factors is your information consistent across the web? Is your naming convention consistent across the web? Can Google pin or tie together your Facebook page, your Instagram, your website, your Google business profile, your Zillow, your realtor.com, that everyone does not do anything with the realtor.com, yet it has so much SEO power, we never go in and actually update our photos, name, all that kind of stuff, right? So when somebody does a search, and part of Google's ranking process is matching up that information. This web address is used on this profile on Google, and there's a different one on Zillow or different one on realtor.com. Now Google is getting confused on who you are, and they can't really have confidence in that they're going to rank you. Okay, so that's why same website address on all profiles. Naming convention should be very similar. Phone number should be the same. It's always a balance, right? Because the marketing side of it is, oh, I'm going to have a different phone number for my Google so I can track how many calls I'm getting on that, or a different phone number on this profile so I can track how many calls on that. But it could be counterproductive because now these algorithms aren't able to put the two together to know that it's the same business, right? Because Google is very good and wants to make sure that they are showing results from searches that are going to be the most accurate and most relevant to whatever that search was. So an audit should be added to your calendar once a quarter. If you have not added one for this quarter, we still have September. Put it on your calendar for September, literally today, like after this call, or like right now. Pull out your phone, put it on your calendar, pick a day, take an hour, do an online presence audit, or just audit your Google business profile, and then add it to your calendar again for Q4, maybe November, December, right? And then one for February. So every quarter, this is on your calendar, pops up. Once you start doing it, it's not going to take a lot of time. But just know that contradicting information can harm your rankings. And again, you would think this is common sense, and it is. However, the amount of times that someone sends me their profile or anything, and there's always some type of inaccurate information or inactivity, and we're going to talk about that too. Again, as always, guys, if you have questions as we go through here or anything, feel free to unmute yourself, throw it in the chat box. I love to answer as we go through this. And don't be afraid to ask a question. If you have a question about it, it's going to help another agent. So let's talk about keywords and SEO. SEO, if you didn't know, stands for search engine optimization. Still very real in the digital world, and is just as important in your Google business profile as it is on your website. So most know that adding blog content to your website helps your SEO, especially if it's optimized for SEO. So you have keywords, all that good stuff. So when we look at a Google business profile, the same is true. Business descriptions are super important. I believe they give you 750 characters, okay, 750 characters long. A lot of agents will put in their bio as their business description, or a piece of their bio in the business description. which is not a bad idea. However, I encourage you to go back through that bio or whatever's in your business description and make sure that it is SEO optimized. Do you talk about who your ideal audience is? Meaning, do you help new home buyers? Do you help investors? Do you help people looking for single family homes or condos, multifamily? Do you help people, new home buyers, new construction? Are you using those words and language in the content that you guys are posting, right? Because that helps. This helps the algorithm understand who you help, what your services are, and in turn will help you rank higher when a consumer goes to Google and does that search. So take a look at your bio. Even if you're not using your bio on your Google business profile and it's separate, again, this is a great opportunity for you to go through your bio and make sure it's updated. Accolades are always great, all that good stuff, but you got to play the algorithm game. Who do you help? Use those keywords. Geographic location is huge. Do you help people in, I'm going to use this example, just Phoenix, Arizona, or do you also help Valley-wide, right? What areas? Literally list them out. You know, if you're looking to buy or sell in Phoenix, Tempe, Chandler, Anthem, Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, right? What are all those areas that you're looking to gain new business in, and make sure that you're incorporating those keywords in there so that you can show up in those rankings. The other thing we're going to talk about is services. What services do you provide? Seller services, buyer services, right? We're going to take a look at those. You can also have products on your Google business profile. We don't think maybe that we sell products, but what's the one product that we do sell? Homes, right? So and I'm gonna walk you guys through this after each slide. So we'll take a look at the profile, but under the product section, add single family homes, $500,000 to $750,000, or whatever. Or maybe it's just single family homes. And then another product could be condos, or another product could be land, or another product could be multifamily, whatever it may be, right? So you're adding these products on there and you're doing a couple things. One, you're giving Google more information and power to rank you higher. And two, you're going to create more sticky. And what that means is when a consumer goes onto your profile or your website, right, our goal is to keep them there as long as possible. So when we start giving them more options to click on that's relevant to what they're looking for, they go to your profile and they see, oh, single family homes in Tempe, or just single family homes, condos, right? And they go through and they click one of those. Now they're going to your site. Now they're getting deeper into your ecosystem. And that is our goal, is to get more people into our ecosystem, trapped in our ecosystem, right? Because we don't want them to go anywhere else, but we're giving them more options. And by leveraging these different elements within your Google business profile, you're giving them more opportunity. The other one is post, and I know a lot of people responded in there that they add posts to their profile as well. This is critical and awesome at the same time, okay? Because very similar to what you post on social media, or if you're posting a new blog, you're already creating the content. So just leverage the content you've already created and add it to your Google business profile as a post. Posts are very similar to like a social post or blog, okay? So whatever content you're already creating, make sure, again, I would encourage you to post here before you post necessarily on social media. And I know that's a big statement, but I would encourage you to post where the consumers and where the algorithms can help rank you higher. Posts are awesome, especially if you can do one at least once a week. It's going to boost your ranking, and it's going to show consumers that you are active. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. I did a training last week, and we were talking about where to do. No worries, Jocelyn. I'm going to show you guys exactly where services, products, and posts are after this. Yeah, I'm gonna show you exactly on the profile where you're going to do this stuff. And Christina, yeah, post on your Google business page. There's a section where you can post, and I'll show you guys what that is. But you want to make sure that you remain active. It's all about perspective. So if somebody goes to a Google business profile and they haven't had a review in the last 6 months or a year, and there's never been a post, or they don't leverage services stuff, right? You as a business, may not look active, not just to the consumer, but to the algorithm. It's just like when we post on social media. We're just such in a habit, and I get it because there's so much that we have to do in this business, truly. And we just check a box. Okay. We create a post, we post on our social media, and we move on with our day. These algorithms are built for activity, for engagement. Okay. So if you're just posting on social media and you're not actually leaving comments or engaging with other people or liking and all that stuff, right? You're engaging with other posts, you don't look active. Okay. And the same is for if you're going to post on your Google business profile. If there's no post happening, you start to look inactive, and the algorithm will start to count that against you, and consumers will see you as not active, right? So it's important to do that. Last one here before we jump into showing you some examples is image file names. Okay. So I haven't talked about this before, but I thought let's go a little bit deeper, right? Let's give you guys something else to think about, or just something else that you can, that's an easy thing that you can implement that will have a huge impact. So image file names, we know what that is, right? You take a photo, or you send it to your email, or you download it onto your computer, and usually it's like an IMG dash bunch of numbers and letters, or maybe it's just a bunch of letters and numbers, right? And then we just upload them, okay? However, do know that file names, when uploaded to different platforms, are taken into consideration for SEO. So if I have an image and it's just IMG dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ABC, right? Whatever it is, that doesn't tell the platform or algorithm that we're uploading it to any more information about what's in that image. And just an example, right? Now in 2023, you take a photo with your phone, whether iPhone or Android, it's time-stamped, geographic location is stamped on it, all that good stuff, right? So an image, there's a lot of information within an image. However, when you upload it to a platform, most of that is scrapped. Okay, most of that's scrapped. So the image file name is important. So instead of uploading an image file name that's IMG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, change it to Phoenix Real Estate by maybe your name. Or if it's a property, it's 123 East Main Street, Phoenix, Arizona, right? You're giving it more information. Or maybe it's how to buy investment properties in Arizona. Depending on what is actually the content that's actually within that image, the algorithm will read that file name and it gives them more information about what's in that image. Okay, so that's one benefit. The second benefit is you can start showing up and ranking in Google Images. Okay, and the beauty behind that is when people start researching relocating, or I'm thinking about moving to Gilbert or wherever it is, right? And they start Googling stuff and they want to see more. Maybe they haven't been there that often, or they want to see different areas. Okay, and now they click on images when they Google Gilbert, Arizona, or Phoenix, Arizona, wherever you're at, Flagstaff, Arizona. And they go on Google Images, and now you have an opportunity to show up there. They click on that image, they like it. Now what happens when they click on that image? Right? It comes up a little bit bigger, and they click on it again because they want to see more information. Now it's taking them to your site, right? Now they're getting more into your ecosystem. All right. So this is true not just for static images, but videos as well. So think about that. Next time that you guys upload any type of media content, change the file name to be SEO friendly. Okay. Does that make sense, everyone? Just changing the file name, hopefully. Small tweak, huge impact. Small tweak, huge impact. All right. I'm going to escape out of here so I can show you guys some stuff. Am I still on this one? There it is. Okay, don't want to lose my spot. All right. Again, I'm just going to use mine. If you guys already have a Google business profile, you can always just go to google.com/business, or actually up here, /business. Okay, this is where you can either sign in or manage, or if you don't have one yet, this is where you can go to actually create one. Okay, I'm not going to go through that process yet. If you want to see how to create a Google business profile the correct way, you can always go to our YouTube channel and type in the search Google, and there's several videos on there for that. Okay, so that's where you're going to essentially go. When you sign in, you have to sign into the account that actually, the Google account that actually you created that business profile with. Okay, so this is a personal email address, and that's the one that I actually created this with. So when I'm signed into that Google account, whether it's a Google account or Gmail, your profile, this is where you can go to manage your profile. Okay, so for instance, just to show you guys a very visual, /business. I'm going to say manage now or sign in. My Google is already signed in, and then I would click mine, and bam, we're back to this screen. Okay. All right, let me go back to slide so I can see where we're at. So business description, of course, you want to make sure whatever is in that description here, right, shows up on the profile. Remember, profiles show up on the right-hand side. For some reason, I think it's my screen size that I'm working on at the moment. It usually shows up here, but it's a little bit lower. But if you scroll down, this is your description. Okay, so this is where you want to go and make sure that it is SEO keyword friendly. Where do you go to update that? You're going to click on edit profile. Okay, this icon, edit profile. This is where all your business information. See the description down here? Going to click the little pencil. And let me just, yep, it was 750. So you guys have 750 characters. If you have a bio already and you just want to, what I would do, just to save some time, is throw it into ChatGPT and say, can you rewrite this to be more SEO friendly? Act as an SEO expert. Okay. Make sure to include locations, XYZ. Make sure to include that my clientele is XYZ, right? And please keep it under 750 characters. And then it will spit something else out. You can change it if you want, but if you need some help, your creative juices aren't there or whatever, you just need some help with it, ChatGPT, it's free, chat.openai.com, and then you can have it rewritten there. But this is where you want to go to make sure that this is optimized for SEO and talks about location, what areas do you help in, and who is your audience, who is your client, right? We want to talk about those. And if some of your accolades can't fit in there, it's okay. Okay, we love accolades as agents. We love our accolades, but the important part here, so you can continue getting those accolades, is to get you in front of more people. Okay, so just know your business description, edit profile, and then it's going to be right in here. Real quickly, location. Let's talk about this because it always comes up. I would not necessarily have a physical address in there. Okay. And the reason being, and I'm talking about this because there's agents on here that haven't been on one of my trainings yet, or where we talked about Google. How the location works is one, most brokerages actually in our ICA, it's against our ICA rules to actually use the office location in our Google business profile. And the reason being is because it screws up their Google business profile. It messes with them because now Google doesn't know, like, is it this realtor that is in that office? Is it this brokerage? Is it this agent, right? There's hundreds of agents, doing that. So it really goes against that. However, what I recommend instead, or in addition to, you can have both if you want, is service areas. And this is virtually unlimited. You can have as many in here. Let me tell you why. If you have, let's say I have in here Scottsdale, right? My North Scottsdale brokerage. And it's the city's Scottsdale, and then the zip is 85255. So, and I don't have any service areas in here. So when someone does a search in Phoenix, maybe in 85254, which is kind of right next to Scottsdale, I am not going to rank. I'm not going to be discoverable because Google thinks that my business is only conducted in Scottsdale and in that zip code based on that address. So what I would encourage you to do, if you absolutely have to have an address in there, that's cool. But I would encourage you to add service areas, because now Google knows that I serve Mesa, I serve Tempe, I serve Gilroy, I serve Phoenix. You can have Maricopa County in here if you wanted to, but I would encourage cities over that. But now anytime somebody does a search in one of these, I will rank. I have the possibility to rank because I'm telling Google I serve these areas, as opposed to just an address, and I'm only can serve that city or zip code, right? You're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself. So that's why service areas are so powerful there. All right, I'm just gonna check the chat box real quick. That's why we got suspended, because you were using the office address, Georgia. With 2 other businesses, I came up in the map square first page. Not sure that will ever happen again without physical address. It would happen if you have the service areas in their Ed, for sure. I promise. It will happen again. Okay. Keep the address in there. If you want to keep the address in there, just add service areas. I encourage you to add service areas. Have my service area set for Nevada. Is that too broad? That is definitely too broad. Yeah. Break down the cities. Las Vegas, Henderson. Would you take a client in Henderson? Would you take a client in Summerlin? Would you take a client in, there's one in the northern area. I can't remember. Is it Boulder? Right? Would you take clients there? Add those in there. Yeah, Nevada is going to be too broad. Service areas, ANS, will they override? Not necessarily override. It is almost just like an add-on benefit, right? So whether your service area location is this city with that zip code, and then you have the service areas in here as well, just like this, the algorithm will know that you do serve those other areas. So if you want to have both, that's okay. But if you just want an address, just know that you are going to be very limited. Okay, the algorithm is going to work against you. Candace said, so yes or no on business address. Here's what I would encourage you to do based on what I've seen and what I know. I would always do service areas over an address. If you feel like you have to have an address just because it's a personal preference, then have both. Do both. It will still work in your advantage if you do both. But if you just do an address, it's going to work against you. Okay, you're limiting your discoverability. How do you remove the address? Somebody asked. So let's pretend I had an address in here. You would just click the edit button and remove it, and then you're good. Click save, right? So if I undo that, I can now add an address, or if I take that off to not show and save, but make sure that at that same time, you're going in to add those service areas. And I actually think you have to have one or the other. So you may want to add your service areas first and then remove your physical address if you were going to do that. Okay, but you just click little pencil, toggle on or off. Can you have more than one Google business profile? The answer is yes, you absolutely can. If it's going to be with the same industry, and if it's not going to be in different states. So for instance, I have agents that work in Phoenix, and I also have agents that are licensed in California. I would have 2 different business profiles for that. I would have 2 different business profiles, right? Completely different markets. And again, you don't want to confuse Google. So say you're trying to leverage the one in Phoenix, and now you're adding California service areas, Google is going to get confused. They're going to get confused. So if it's at 2 different states, 2 different profiles for sure. Now, can you have multiple profiles within the same market? You can, but know that you're going to end up working against yourself. Okay. Now you're competing against yourself. And I don't recommend that. I would have one profile. The only difference maybe would be is if you're in Phoenix and you're also in Flagstaff or Lake Havasu or something like that, maybe. But I would probably almost still encourage you to have one profile and just add those service areas in there. Karen asked, can I have a business profile for my team and me individually? This has come up before. You absolutely can. I would make sure that, because I don't know what your team name is, I would just make sure, just like before, that you're not working against yourself, right? But typically, as an agent, it's going to be your name, and as a team, maybe it's your last name in a team or something like that. So, but yeah, for a team, you can definitely have both of them. Just know, again, because the names typically, like a team name is going to typically have the last name in there, you may end up working against yourself, right? Competing against yourself. Stephanie Wood, does the order of service areas matter? It does not. Does not need to be in alphabetical order, does not need to be in any type of order like that. Nope, you just go in, just like down here, click edit. And what don't I have in here, right? If you wanted to add Glendale, all right, choose the right one, of course, click save, and then you can add those in there, okay? Edit pending, 10 minutes to be reviewed, you're gonna be good to go. All right, so no specific order. Candace said, are zips bad to add in service areas? No, you can add county and zips as well if you wanted to. I would stick to city because that's how consumers search. It's rare that they search on zips. So I would choose cities over anything else, right? Because that's how consumers typically search. All good questions, guys. This is a great group today. All right. Let me make sure, did I answer all those? Let me just scroll up real quick. Perfect. All right, let me come back here. What else did we have on here? Okay, we talked about business description, and then we got a little sidetracked with service areas, but it's always important. So services, let's take a look at services. Okay, we're gonna talk about products and services. So if I click into edit services, this is why this is important. What services do you provide? So I did this training a Goodyear office a week or two ago. And up here, as you can see this, Google, this is why audits are important. Google takes it upon themselves to change things in your profile based on what it thinks is relevant. So services were changed based on feedback from Google users or other sources. Review these published updates. Get that. Review these published updates to make sure they are accurate. So they go and publish them themselves based on what they think is relevant. So you come in here and we're going to see what the current is and what or what they want it to, what they changed, right? These are important. So golfing in. Do we help people in golf communities? Yeah, but does it say golf communities? No, it says golfing in. So probably not going to keep that. Homeowners insurance. Yes, it's a part of our industry, but it's not who we help. We do not sell homeowners insurance. Mortgage insurance. We leave that to the lender, right? We don't want these the algorithm to now be confused. Residences mortgage, right? These all aren't really relevant. These are more relevant, right? We service buyer agents, right? Or we can be a buyer agent, first-time home buyers, luxury property, new construction, property rentals, real estate investing, relocation assistance, seller's agent services, short-term property rentals, property search, and I left virtual tour because we kind of do offer virtual tours in our home searches. So the highlighted ones are the ones that Google automatically changed. So we want to click edit, and I'm going to remove those that were in there. So let's go back through this. I'm going to uncheck. All you have to do is uncheck it. Not doing mortgage, not doing insurance, not doing that, right? And I can keep everything else. If you wanted to add any others in here, maybe you do commercial, maybe you do development, right? Maybe foreclose, right? Unfortunately, we don't sell beach properties at the moment. Would love to, but right, you can go through here and make sure, you want to make sure this is accurate and updated. Okay, so you go through, check all the ones or uncheck the ones, and you click save, and then it will go through and save those. It says 1 day, typically it's 10 to 15 minutes. That's an update. But that is a perfect example. That happened when I was doing the training in person in Goodyear, and I'm glad it happened today because that is why it's important to make sure you guys are doing these audits so that the correct information is showing up for you. Okay. Again, services tell Google and the algorithm who you help, and it tells the consumer what you do, right? It gives them more information about what you do as an agent. So you can come through here and select all the ones that are relevant. Always click add more services. It takes you right back to that same screen. If there's one on here that is not pre-populated, you can always add custom service and add it in here as well. Okay, so maybe multifamily or whatever it may be, right? You can always add custom ones in there. Think of those as keywords. Okay, we talk a lot about keywords because that's how the algorithm does its thing. And you can always add that custom service in there. Okay, so that's for services. All right, let's see. They have any charge. Myrna, what do you mean by that? Any charge? It does not cost anything to have a business profile. When we edit our profile, it will be suspended. I'm not sure what you mean by that. That might be a one-off thing that you can email me about and we can kind of talk about, but they do not, Google business profiles do not cost money to have them. Karen said, like, Summerlin is almost a city in some people's view, and they definitely search for someone in Sky Canyon. Yeah, if you can, so you're talking about the master plan. So if you can add a custom one in there, or a sub city, because what's the other one with Henderson? Right? There's another one, because Henderson isn't actually, there's another one in there. Now I can't remember what it is, but yeah, if you can add Anthem, right? Yeah. So if you can add those in there, absolutely, for sure, absolutely add those in there, because buyers will search for that, right? Think of the consumer, how we search. We go to Google. Google is all intent. We go to Google with intent of finding something, which is very different than like running a Facebook ad or something, right? Nobody asks to see your ad. It's just showing up. But Google, you're going to Google with intention of homes for sale in Boulder City, Green Valley. That's what it is. Thank you, Stephanie. So Green Valley and Henderson, right? They're kind of two different things. So you can add those in there. Candice, you can get services under edit services. So once you're in your profile, right, you're logged in, you went to google.com/business, you're logged in, you're going to see these icons, you're going to click edit services. And then this is where you can go and add more services, okay? And just recap, where you go to edit your location or service areas, you're going to click edit profile, click location, and this is where you can go and click the little pencil and add them in, okay? So edit services, again, critical for those. Now let's talk about products, because we don't necessarily, I don't see enough agents leveraging the products section on here. So products is, of course, for maybe you would think like a retailer or whatever it may be, but we sell homes. That's a product. Let's give them more opportunity to get deeper into our ecosystem. So I'm going to click edit products. Okay, it's going to say this, get customers to your store. And now we're going to talk about product names, categories, all that stuff. So product name, what could you do with that? You could be creative. I would be strategic, but maybe we're just going to do single family homes. Okay, maybe the majority, we'll use Phoenix as an example. Maybe you're just sticking with Phoenix as a whole, okay? Or single family homes in Phoenix, something like that, right? Category, you're gonna click new category. Now, I would put in real estate, okay, or homes or something like that, right? You get 58 characters, whatever you want to do with that. Price is optional. You don't need that in there. Product description, optional, but I would encourage you, they give you 1,000 characters. Again, ChatGPT. Create a description for single family homes in Phoenix, or why move to Phoenix, right? Create a blog post of why someone should buy real estate in Phoenix and keep it under 1,000. Bam, paste it in there. You just increased your SEO by a landslide, but it's optional, okay? Landing page. Okay, this is where you go to grab that link. So for instance, Christina, I'm going to use you as an example, maybe. Just because mine's not up. So if I went to your site and I search for homes, I click Phoenix, I'm now going to, I love this because maybe golf course, right? Okay. So now I'm going to take this link. These are Phoenix homes. We want to be truthful. We don't want to, because Google will look at the link and they're going to read this page. Did what you put in there as a description match content on this page? Okay. They look at that. So I'm going to copy this link, right? Wherever your real estate site is, and now I'm going to paste this link in here. Okay. You can add photos. So I'm just going to go to Pexels. I'm going to maybe go to a previous listing that I had. Make sure you have permission to use that media. Okay. And I'm going to go and select a photo and upload that. Okay. I'm not going to for this example. All right. And then you publish. And now you're going to show products on your profile. Okay. Somebody can go there. They see your profile and it says single family homes in Phoenix. They can click on that. Maybe it's condos in Phoenix. Maybe it's just homes under 500,000. Condos under 500,000. Okay. Get creative with the product name, but no, just like what we list on our site. When we were on Christina's site, right? Golf course homes. We're a huge market for golf. Homes on the golf course. Homes with mountain views. Homes with a pool, right? Okay, there's a lot of opportunity. You can have multiple, you can get creative with those product names that are in there. If you get suspended, should you create a brand new profile? I would try over and over again to get that one back. But yeah, you can create another one. You just have to be careful because I've seen because phone numbers and all that match, I've seen them be denied. Very rare, but yeah, I create another one and get that one going if you can't get the other one back. Jenner, I put in seller consultation and buyer consultation as my products and gave a brief description of what each entails. Love that. That could be a product as well, right? Could be a free product. Seller consultation, buyer consultation, right? Put that in the description. Love that. Good idea. Do we have to include a photo? When I hit publish, the photo box is red. Yes, you do have to have a photo of the product because you're actually displaying. It's like going to Amazon and ordering something and not seeing the product in photos, right? So you want to make sure that you do add that photo in there. Yes, you do need that. Again, pexels.com, unsplash.com, free. If you guys don't know what those are, Unsplash. If I can spell today, unsplash.com. Okay. And maybe I just type in Phoenix. Or what I would do if you're talking about like single family homes, you just type in real estate if you wanted to. Find one that's sort of relevant. My favorite is just interior design because these work for basically every market. They're just homes, right? Or kitchen. Right? Pull one of these. Okay, if you don't want to use one of your, or maybe you have one in the listings, or you could do, living room. Type in luxury, whatever you may be, right? You can pull this media here. So unsplash.com is one. Pexels.com is another. These are free stock images. You don't need to create an account. You can download them right from here, and you don't need permission, right? Don't go to Google and just take images. It's not good. I've seen lawyers get involved. It's not good. All right. So products. I talked about a lot of different examples. Think about that, right? Choose 5. Again, write this as your homework. Add 5 products to my Google business profile. Okay. You can go through and add those in there. Make sure you add that link because the whole point is to get them deeper in that rabbit hole of your business. All right, let's see. We have 10 minutes. I'm going to try to hurry, guys. All right, and we talked about posts. You want to add posts to your profile. If you scroll down and take a look at your profile, this is where they are actually posted. Okay, this is what posts look like, almost blog style. Okay, so when I click into one that has already been posted, it's going to give me a brief description. You can add media to this as well. I'm going to show you guys where to do that. They click more, they can read a little bit. This was created on ChatGPT. Okay, they can read a little bit. This image was taken from Pexels. You can use your own. When they click learn more, it's not going to go anywhere because the site doesn't exist anymore. But it would go to the my blog on my site. Okay, if you wanted a call to action link on there, it doesn't have to. Okay, but think of these updates as ways of talking about how home values have increased and what's that percentage look like. And then the link, the call to action goes to your property valuation landing page, HomeBot, right? Something like that. So posts can be very similar as well. Maybe you have an open house. Talk about that. Post an image, one of the photos of the house, and talk about the details, or put the description of the open house in there, time and all that stuff. And we're actually going to talk about those more in events. But think of these posts as what you normally post on your website for blog, or you normally post on your social media channels, right? Things that you guys are already creating, make sure you're adding here as well. And how you can go to do that is when you're logged in up here, you're going to actually click on add update. It doesn't say post, you're going to click add update, right? We're going to talk about offering events here in a second, but you're going to add update here, post updates at the top. I'm going to go back there just so you can see this icon, add update. And then very similar to what we've seen for services and products, you're going to add your description. They give you quite a bit, 1,500. A lot of blogs, if you're going to create a blog, you can always, just create it within that parameter, or just take a snippet of it up to that 1,500. And then that call to action link up here, right? Maybe you see learn more. You paste the link to where your site is, right? Where the blog is. So you go to the blog on your site, you copy that link, put it in here, and then of course you can add photos to this as well. Now, Stephanie, I think this one you don't necessarily have to have a photo, but I would recommend always putting a photo. If you're uploading a photo and that file name is specific in SEO with keywords, it's a benefit to you, okay? So come in here, add your description, choose your button. Most of these, book, perfect. Book a consultation. You're talking about a buyer consultation, why it's important. You're talking about a seller consultation, why that's important. Cool. Click here to book. Maybe it goes to your contact page on your website, something like that. Order online, probably not relevant. Buy could be if you're advertising homes or something. Learn more and call now will probably be your biggest ones, or maybe you're talking about your newsletter and they can sign up there. But learn more is probably going to be the biggest one to use there. Okay, so you paste in whatever the post is, get your call to action link there with the button, and add your images. You can always preview it and then click post when you're ready to go. And once it's posted, remember it's going to show up down here just like this on your post. Okay. Now there's 7 things in the chat. Let me just take a second to scroll up here. Pexels, unsplash.com and pexels.com. Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S.com. I'll put that in the chat box. Pexels.com. There's others. Pixabay. Just real quick, I'll give you guys these. Pixabay.com. That's another one. Okay. Pexels, Unsplash, Pixabay. All free. Download. Don't even have to create an account. Yes, Candace, is this recorded? This will be on that YouTube channel. Go subscribe to that YouTube channel. I'll have it up there by tomorrow morning. Just confirm the updates tab is where the post would go. Correct. Yes. So we call it post. However, when you're going to do it, it's going to be under add update. And it's the first one here, add update. Okay. Post updates to your customers, all that stuff. Blog content, social media posts you're already creating, open house information, just buyer seller consultation information, tons of different topics, right? The topics are unlimited. If you get stuck with something, topic ideas, right? What do I talk about in videos? What do I talk about in blog? If you truly are stuck with that, send me an email, justin@roctitle.com, and I will send you 52 content idea topics for the year. And you have one each week, one for each week, okay? Unlimited content. Have your lender or partner do a guest post. Talk about home warranties. Why is that important? Why is that important for a buyer? There's one. Why is that important for a seller? There's one, right? Who pays for what? Negotiation, the escrow process, the buying process, the selling process, interior design things. You can talk about staging, virtual staging. Why is video important? Tons of different things. Yeah, I wouldn't add anything in, so add put no links or phone numbers in description. Leave that to those buttons, guys. Okay, that's why these are here. Phone number goes here, right? Website goes there. That's all in edit your profile. How do you change the image name if it's taken from Splash? So once it's on your computer, you're gonna either right click and rename, or you can click once and then give it a second and click again, and it will open up to where you can change the file name, okay? But typically right click, rename, and it's gonna be good once it's downloaded on your computer. I don't believe so, Janie. There's no limit that I've seen for service areas. How many have you added? I haven't seen someone add that many, so I'm curious to see how many you've added. But from what I've seen in certain markets, it hasn't been that much. Tube channel, I missed first couple of minutes. So just to, guys, keep my email simple. And it's 2023. We do not use a K in ROC. We do not use a K in ROC. ROCtitle.com. Justin at ROCtitle.com. I'm just giving you guys a hard time. I've heard you should do all updates at once. Is that true? It is a good idea, because very similar to when I use this for trainings, multiple updates constantly is a flag for spam. Okay. So again, put it on your calendar. Maybe you do an update to your now if you're talking about post, you don't need to worry about there. I'm talking about changing your business information. Okay, changing your business information can get flagged as spam. But if you're posting once a week here, a couple times a week, you're going to be fine. Should be good. Cool. All right, we got through all those. Let's go back here because we have 3 minutes and still some slides. All right, real quick, photos and videos. By adding images and videos, you are increasing your chances of ranking not just on the web, but within Google Images, remember? And videos are given prominence. So if you've noticed, sometimes when you Google something, sometimes, and more times than not, it's happening more often, YouTube videos will start appearing under that search. So this is another reason why you should be creating video content. Other than the fact that 51% of home buyers choose YouTube as their #1 research platform. Those that are always joining my trainings are probably sick of me saying that, but I want to say it for the new ones, okay? 51% of home buyers choose YouTube as their #1 research platform. That is straight from NAR. And agents always say, well, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, okay? Watch this. Watch this. Okay, we always just say, just Google it, right? And we still do, okay? But we're going to YouTube to fix our computers. How do I change the brakes on my cars? What's this recipe? Learn more about the new iPhone, new technology, all that stuff. Look at this. Homes for sale in. Let that sit in. This is a search engine, okay? People are coming here to do these searches. Isn't that wild? Vegas, I think you're on the top here. Okay, look at that. #4, homes for selling, and you guys are #4. Phoenix, let me type in a P and see if Phoenix pops up. There we are. Okay, there it is. So I click on that. Wow. We have ads on here for people to actually find homes, to go to their website, just like we do in Google. Okay. And then, of course, we have all the agents that are creating video content. Huge, huge. Las Vegas. Okay. Of course, there's this guy that's creating tons and tons of video content out there. But I want you guys to understand, when I say 51% of home buyers choose YouTube as a no, I'm not kidding. Like this is where people are going. You booked a vacation and you want to learn, you want to see things to do, right? We're going to YouTube to, right? We're visual. Video content is huge. Please, 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 please start making video content. It will change your business for sure. All right. But also make sure those file names, right? And if you're creating video content, there's a chance that you're going to rank higher based just on images, or people can go to the image, Google Images, and start looking. They click on yours, it goes to your site, wherever it is, gets more into your ecosystem. Video, hopefully what I just showed you is empowering you to take advantage of that free platform. Again, YouTube is free. Google Business Profile is free. Facebook is free. Instagram is free. There's all these platforms that where tons and tons and tons of consumers are. Our ideal audience, our clients are on, right? Take advantage of those. You want to add, of course, your headshots, your updated headshots, okay? Not headshots from 20 years ago. Your updated headshot, okay? Or if you're a team, there's somebody on a team, right? She has a team. Add your team photos, listing photos and videos. You've had photos done in your listings, add those on there. Local area photos, okay? Maybe who went and saw Barbie, right? Okay. We have Mattel opening here in the Phoenix area next year. It's going to be Barbie Land and Hot Wheels, right? Huge. The development's already up. You can see the roller coaster, okay? Go take a photo of that, selfie. There's a piece of content for you, right? Add that on there as well. Local area photos, photos, videos with clients, okay? Make sure you're getting permission. This is coming up more and more. Make sure that if you're taking photos with people that you have their permission to upload them, because it's coming up more and more often. But make sure that you're adding photos and videos to your profile as well. Manage reviews. Active and relevant reviews increases your credibility and authority with Google. Okay. In fact, when reviews are neglected, it's one of the main reasons why people can't find their business on Google. If you're not staying active or your reviews aren't recent, they're getting old, it counts against you. You start to lose your rank. Okay. And just so you know, 87% of consumers read online reviews. 73% of consumers only pay attention to reviews written in the last 30 days, which is true. You go to look at a business or anything and it's gone under new management or something, right? You want to look at the newer reviews. We're not going to look at a review that's 2 years old, just like you go to Amazon. Okay. Reviews are huge, but you want to make sure that you're staying active with them. You haven't had a review in the last 6 months, ask someone for a review. Ask someone for a review. Reviews on Google should be number 1 priority, Zillow number 2. Okay. And then from there, if you're on Yelp maybe or Facebook, wherever it is, okay, Google should be number 1, Zillow number 2. You don't want to forget about Zillow because, again, if you haven't had a review on Zillow in the last 12 months, 6 months, you start to not look active. And you want to make sure you respond to all your reviews. This is a huge miss across the board. Huge miss. Respond to all your reviews. Couple things here. 1, shows that you care about your clients, shows that you're active. You can expand on the story. Maybe there's a great win in that transaction. Okay, you can expand on the story, and you can always add geographic location. So most clients aren't going to say, thanks, Peter, for helping me buy my home in Phoenix, Arizona, right? But Peter can respond and say, hey, Sally, it was so awesome to help you and your family find your beautiful home in Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to Phoenix. Something like that, right? Talking about those geographic locations can, again, help you rank. Geographic location is one of the largest ranking factors, across the board. Special attributes, real quick. Let me jump into this, and then we'll get finished up here. Special attributes is a newer piece of your profile. It may be relevant, it may not be relevant, but I'm going to show you. Under Edit Profile, okay, you're going to click the Edit Profile icon. You're going to click on More. And from here, you have several additional options to add, okay? So from the business, if you identify as any of these, okay, you can select those, yes or no, right? You don't have to fill this out. I know that it's 2023. We're sensitive on some things, but if you speak more than 1 language, let me tell you this, 25% of global internet searches are only done in English, 25%. I have agents that leverage if they speak more than 1 language. 75% of all global internet searches are done in a language other than English. So if you speak more than 1 language, leverage that in your business, you may be missing out on market share, okay? So you can come through, select any of those. Crowd, you can select that. If it's relevant, highlights, you're not going to probably select that you're a COVID-19 center, so you can say no on that. Planning, okay? Again, more medical, so you're probably not going to select those. Service options, again, do you speak more than 1 language? Select yes or no. Highly recommend, because now, again, 75% of all internet searches are done in a language other than English. So if you speak one of these, make sure you speak it fluent. You can select those. And now you just opened yourself up to a whole additional market. Right? So that is the special attributes. Again, it's under Edit Profile, More, and you can go through and select which ones are relevant for you on that. All right, let me go next. I want to respect everyone's time. Turn on messaging. This is huge. So very similar. We would much rather text someone than to pick up the phone and call them, especially about a service, right? We've all been there. If there's a way that we can chat with the business or message them before we actually call them, we're going to do it. So messages on your Google business profile is like getting a DM on Facebook or Instagram. Your messages are kept on your dashboard and you are notified via your phone, okay? You can actually edit all of this on your phone as well. And if we have time, I can show you them. If you do not respond to your customers in a timely manner, Google will remove the feature from your profile, okay? So let's take a look. Only set this up if you're going on vacation, select the option that says you're out, okay? So how do you set up the messaging? From here, you're going to click the messages icon. If you haven't already set this up previously, there's going to be a little button here that says set up or to activate. Once you get that up, you're going to see something like this. And you're going to want to click your 3 dots in the upper right corner if you've already set this up. If you set it up for the first time, it's going to ask you these setting questions. But in the upper left corner, 3 dots, chat settings. Okay, you can turn it on or off. So we can toggle on or off. See, me selecting all this is probably going to look like spam, which is okay. Chat settings. Okay, I'm going to select it on. Once it's on, you're going to have these options here. Send read receipts, probably wouldn't do that, okay? We're busy, unless you're gonna be very disciplined, and it's just like people that have read receipts on their phone, right? And then you don't respond for a day. So you probably don't want to do that for your customers, okay? But welcome message, you can have this send automatically, or when they click to chat with you or message you, hi, how can I help you today? Hi, how can I help you with your home search today? How can I help you reach your real estate goals today? Something like that. They give you 120 characters. You can add FAQs if you wanted to, right? Things to know, maybe about the market. Manage away mode. So if you're going on vacation, maybe you can set an automatic away message or schedule times for your business to send away messages, right? You can have automated away messages on here. Now, we're in real estate. We go on vacation, the client calls, we're probably still going to answer it. Probably shouldn't, depending on where we are. Like I'm going to be on the beach next week, and you know what comes along with the beach, maybe some margaritas or something. But you can select if you want it to be turned on, turned off. It's up to you. You can have away messages, all that stuff. But this is another way, again, for someone to reach out to you to be able to have that low anxiety of calling you and then, oh, I'm going to get a hard sell, right? It just gives them another avenue to reach out to you. So highly recommend, click on messages, and then you're going to change everything there for your messaging. All right, let's see. Create a post or two. Okay, so again, we talked about posts a lot. You can go in. I encourage you to do those. Let's talk about some goals this week, next week, do it in the next 7 days, add it to your calendar. I encourage you all, 1, to audit your Google business profile. It takes 30 minutes, okay? Audit your Google business profile this week. Ensure all information is accurate and updated. Go ahead and add to your calendar audit in Q4. Okay, so you have until the end of September to do an audit for Q3 and then schedule it for Q4. Okay, Google Business Pros, create a minimum of 2 posts this week or in the next 7 days. Leverage the content you're already creating or use tools like ChatGPT. You've already created a ton of content, repurpose it. Don't create more work, just repurpose it. New photos, add 3 new photos to your profile. Make sure the file names are changed, right? This is an opportunity for you to change those file names, see how that works. Change those file names so you can capture the SEO potential there, right? And it can be a mix between video and photos. And then your reviews, respond to any reviews you have not responded to yet. I don't care if it was a year ago, respond to it, okay? Leverage that, the SEO potential there, right? Respond to those reviews, and then maybe ask for 2 new reviews in the next 7 to 14 days, right? I would not ask for more than 2 a week, just so that it doesn't necessarily look like spam. I don't want you guys to get flagged, because let me tell you that 8 months was very irritating. So, you know, reviews, respond to any reviews you haven't responded to yet, and ask for a couple new ones there. That is the goals I'm setting for you guys this week. I can't force you to do it. This is your business. We're all business owners, but I encourage you to do it. Absolutely encourage you to do it. My goal is for you guys to be successful, even if you're already successful, even more successful, right? There's always opportunity to grow. So I can't force you to do it, but I highly encourage you to do it. It will improve your business. I promise you that. All right, let me go up here and just see where we're at. YouTube channel for the recap. Let me give it to you here. Just going to go through these questions, then I'll let you guys go. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit over. All right, there's that YouTube channel. It'll be live by tomorrow. Realtor.com reviews. Yes, Karen, all these platforms, if there's an opportunity for a review to be there, I'm not saying that, go all in on Realtor.com reviews, but I'm saying that you need to look active on these platforms. So Google should be number one, Zillow number two, then you can talk about Realtor.com, right? And it doesn't have to be several. Ask for one, right? At least it's recent. And then maybe once a quarter, you get a new one there, or once a month, whatever it is. Divvy them up. But I'm telling you right now, Google by far should be the number one place that you get reviews. What if we have a team member who speaks another language but is not the team owners? What's the best way to showcase that? Jackie, I would still add that on the profile. I would absolutely still add that on the profile. It's just like here at ROC Title on our website, we show that we have like several different languages that are spoken within our company, and that we can help our clients. It's very same as to you, because if you had someone call in and spoke a language or something, you can just hand that off to that team member. And if it's under the team name, I would absolutely add it under there. Good question. Christina, do I receive a notification when I get message respond to? Yes. And real quickly, if you download Google Maps on your phone and you're logged into the Google account or Gmail that owns that profile, you can manage all of this. Let me turn off this background so you guys can see. All right, shocker, that's not really my background. Okay, so open up Google Maps, Google Maps on your phone, okay? In the lower right corner, there's gonna be something that says business. You're gonna click that, and you're gonna see that you can manage your profile from your phone on the go. So those to Christina's question, that's where you're gonna get the notifications, and you just respond right back on your phone like a text message or a DM, okay? So you can do all this on your phone. You just gotta go download Google Maps if it's not on there, and make sure you're logged into that Google account. Would you name your business profile a team name? Absolutely. Yep, if that's what you want to promote on there, absolutely. Maybe it's ABC team at your brokerage name, or ABC team, the market the geographic location that you serve. But sure, absolutely. Because your website's probably going to have that name in it as well, right? Your Facebook business page will probably have that profile as well, or name. Peter said, I go into Google to look up my business profile and they want to charge $14.99 a month. That, I believe, is for a custom email address. So if you're in here, it's probably going to be for a custom email address, because these are free. So you can always, Peter, send me a screenshot and send it to me. But even down here, there might, right, you can start doing ads, claim your credit, all that kind of stuff. But these are 100% free. I would not do that, but send me a screenshot because I'm curious. But I think it's for an email or some type of advertising. Great information. Awesome, awesome, awesome. No worries, Christina. Awesome, guys. Any other questions before I let you go? Hopefully you got something out of today. I wanted to dive a little bit deeper on how you can actually optimize your profile, some tips and tricks on taking advantage of that. Please, please, please time block, add it to your calendar, take action. Don't just consume the information. We go from A to B by actually taking action. So I encourage you to do that. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We are happy to help. Do not forget, next week there is no training. We will be back on the 14th. Okay, if you want to dive deeper into ChatGPT, learn more about that for your business, please, please, please schedule for that. You can go and register for that, rocuniversity.com. No training next week. I hope everyone has an amazing holiday weekend. Take some time for yourself. That's always important. We're always on a go. Take time for yourself. Spend it with your family. And hopefully we see you guys in escrow very soon. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for everything. And we will see you in the next one.